for the Visual Basics. This is a free platform developed by Microsoft for developers to create softwares in any language of a developer's choice. Uh, this is nothing but the multi-paradigm object-oriented language which is implemented over the .NET framework. There are also other platforms such as Mono, Netcore, which are free and allows the developer to develop um, softwares in any language of his choice. This VB.NET supports on a OS mainly on Windows, but it also supports Unix, Linux, Mac, and also on Android devices. So in a VB.NET, the developer is free to use any kind of language, any kind of computer language he wants to use. Either it can be a C, C hash, um, .NET, or any other. Uh, Even a programmer can use a develop a simple project, simple or any project, two or many language. We have some, for example, the Facebook. Facebook uses nearly three to four languages, which are Java, CPP. In chats, it uses something Lark, computer language, Lark something, name as Lark or anything. The next point is common language specification. For understanding this concept better, we will see an example. During a day-to-day conversation, if our friend suddenly talks in English, for a second, we hold a silence. It doesn't because we didn't understand it. It's just because for the better understanding, we translate what does he said into our mother tongue, understand it better, creates an answer to it, and then replies him. So the job done here by our mother tongue is the similar job done by common language specification. As said earlier, the developer can use many of the languages of his choice. So the communication and transfer of information between uh, computer and through these languages is need to be done with ease. This job is done by common language specification. Class framework library. Uh, all the things we are going to use in the projects are saved in the framework class library. Here, it is nothing but the collection of classes, name phases, and other things which we implement in our project. Now, next point is ASP.NET. ASP.NET is basically a web application framework built for web development. Um, it it is basically produced to develop a dynamic pages. It supports um, developer to develop dynamic sites, applications, and other things. It can support. It can be we can write code in ASP.NET with the help of any language which supports .NET, just as C hash, Visual Basics, that is VB. Now, web services. In the simplest word, we could say that web services is nothing but the part of software which allows us to connect the software to the internet. Um, it is nothing like that. We should use this web services with the internet. We could use it within our software or to the another network. But the internet environment is the main area which to which the web services target web forms. During the browsing, surfing through the internet, whatever we see on websites are nothing but the web form. Web form is also a web application framework. Uh, there are some examples such as Staple, which is a web form application. This also runs on uh, common common language runtime, which will be saying at the nearly to the end of this presentation. Now, ASP.NET. ASP.NET Services. ASP.NET Services, these services are nothing but the exposure of domain objects to the presentation layer. Now, these services from presentation layer are called by the DTO, that is data transfer object, and they are called as and in the form of parameters. It can also do some it can also use objects to perform some business logic, and then returns to its original presentation layers. In the simplest word, we could say that uh, this application services are nothing but the thing that goes on the code that we have written, and the presentation slide or front end we see Windows form. Whatever software we use on Windows are nothing but and can be the example of Windows form. Uh, there are free graphical class libraries included as a part of Microsoft .NET Framework or Mono Framework, providing a platform to write client application for desktop, laptop, tablet, and PCs. Controls. So whatever you see in this diagram, checkbox, combo box, list box, text box, list view, everything, everything is nothing but the controls. These controls helps programmer to so that programmer can drop it anywhere on the form and write a code behind it, for the proper functioning, and to do things with an ease. Drawing is a feature which is usually for the better presentation of a software. Windows application services are core components